Hello there, everybody. Now, my understanding of history is not exactly impeccable, but I was somewhat taken aback by what appeared to be Tory MP for Devizes, Danny Kruger, attempting to deceptively drag Winston Churchill's name through the mud by rewriting history during the debate on the illegal migration bill in the House of Commons this week. Let's take a look, shall we?
Thank the honourable gentleman for giving way. One of the reasons why Winston Churchill helped set up the European Court of Human Rights was to protect citizens across Europe, including here in the UK, from overbearing governments who didn't have respect for the role of courts in keeping them honest. With his amendment, let us see some honesty. Is he saying that he wants, in contrast to the Prime Minister, for us to leave the European Court of Human Rights? Because this amendment, if it were passed, would mean that we would have to be in the same court as Belarus. So will he be honest? Does he want us to be Belarus?
I'm very grateful to the honourable lady. She mentions Winston Churchill, who of course had no intention of the UK signing up to the European Convention. It's true he sent some lawyers over there, but actually the original intention was for the UK not to. There was no need for the UK to sign up to it. We did so, and at that time there was no Rule 39 orders. There was no opportunity for judges in the middle of the night to issue these interim orders and stop UK policy, and that should not have been the case, and it should not be the case now.
What on earth is he talking about? From my understanding of Winston Churchill, the effects of World War II and his desire to do all he could to prevent such an event from happening ever again, alongside the looming threat of Stalin's Soviet Union, drove Churchill to being pro-European and spoke of a United States of Europe, I think in 1946. There is nothing to suggest Churchill was remotely against the idea of the European Convention on Human Rights, or indeed the European Court of Human Rights, because both aligned with his overall view of a united Europe against tyranny. Now, that's not me saying Churchill's perfect, of course. He did plenty of bad during his time in office, but just watching people like this, these Tories, bend themselves into pretzels trying to suggest Churchill's influence in achieving a united Europe didn't actually happen. Because if that were the case, it would be a stain on his character. And it's downright ridiculous. And did you notice? He couldn't even form a coherent sentence trying to defend his position. Absolutely pathetic. This is the kind of rubbish you'd expect to hear whispered by a drunken Tory propped up against the bar at Stranger's Bar after the last orders bell has rung. Let us not forget also the high regard most Conservatives hold Winston Churchill in. For many Conservatives, Winston Churchill is their most successful leader and one of our greatest Prime Ministers of all time. That's in the minds of many Conservatives. And amongst the British public, certainly not by me, but he's been ranked the greatest Prime Minister we've ever had in numerous polls. So these are the levels to which they are stooping to quote unquote stop the boats. Let's not forget the hypocrisy. These Tories are the same people who want protesters locked up for pissing on Churchill's statue, whilst at the same time standing up in Parliament and pissing all over his legacy and his grave. That is how I feel about what I just saw there. Thank you for watching.